Welcome to AmeenAcademy.com. Let us discuss about India under Muslim rule and the Tughlak Dynasty. The Tughlak Dynasty from 1321 to 1414 AD. In 1321, Ghazi Tughlaq Beg ascended the throne of Delhi under the title of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. In 1323, news was received that the government of Sonargaon in Bengal was committing great oppression upon the subject of population of the province. Accordingly, Ghiyasuddin left the administration of Delhi in the hands of Allah Khan and himself proceeded against Bengal. Upon his arrival, Bukhara Khan, son of Balban, at once threw himself upon his mercy. Ghiyasuddin gave him the kingdom of Bengal and appointed his own son, Tatar Khan, as a governor under Bukhara. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq died after a short reign of 4 years. Ghiyasuddin's son, Judah Khan, then ascended the throne under the title of Muhammad Tughlaq. The Mughals, with a vast force at their back, invaded India once again during his reign. But unlike as on previous occasions, the emperor was unable to meet them in battle and had to buy them off by the offer of enormous presents. The Mughals, not content with this, plundered Sindh and Gujarat and left with a huge mass of treasure. Sometime after this, Muhammad brought under his subjection the men of Camphilia, of Warangal, and of distant Chittagong. Karnak and Baluchistan also fell under his sway. Muhammad equipped a vast army for the conquest of Persia, but the soldiers, failing to get regular pay, began a live upon pillage and devastations and were a source of terror to the country. The treasury being empty, Judah Khan wanted to introduce a copper currency instead of a silver. Hearing of the great wealth of China, Muhammad in 1337 sent an army of 100,000 men for the invasion of the Chinese Empire. Beaten by the superior strength of the Chinese, the soldiers were compelled to retreat, and on their way back across the Himalayas, they had to suffer untold hardship from cold, privation, rain, and floods. Being informed that a paper currency was in force in China, Muhammad forthwith made plans for the introduction of a paper currency in his realm also. The merchants refused to accept his notes, with the result that commerce was well nigh stifled, and there was great disorder and confusion in the country. Over vast tracts of territory, the people, suffering from famine and unable to pay taxes, deserted their homes and fled. In 1339, the governor of Punjab rose in rebellion but was defeated and slain. Next year, the governor of Bengal also rose in rebellion, and Muhammad was unable to prevail against him. Muhammad Tughlaq was terribly restless in his disposition, but curiously enough, the extent of the empire increased during his reign, and but for his utter loss of mental balance, he might easily have earned distinction on as a world-renowned conqueror. Muhammad nominated Firoz Shah Tughlaq and as his successor, and Firoz, upon his accession, brought Gujarat and Nagarkot under his subjection, but was unable to conquer Bengal or the Deccan. The governors of these provinces continued to rule in a state of practical independence and paid only a nominal tribute to the sovereign of at Delhi. To check the progress of idolatry, Firoz gave order for the imposition of the jizya upon Brahmins. After a reign of 36 years, Firoz retired from the throne in 1387, leaving the responsibilities of government in the hands of his son Muhammad, who assumed the title of Nasiruddin. But Muhammad proved an incompetent sovereign, and great disorders broke out in the realm, so much so that for a time Firoz was compelled to resume his sovereignty. Firoz died in 1388 after placing his grandson Ghiyasuddin on the throne. Firoz was just, generous, and accomplished, except Nasiruddin, son of Altamish. No such sovereign had ever graced the throne of Delhi. Immediately after his accession to the throne, Ghiyasuddin plunged into a vortex of pleasure and dissipation and was slain after a brief reign of 5 months. He was succeeded by Abu Bakr, who reigned for a year and a half. After Abu Bakr came Muhammad, a son of Firoz Shah, who reigned for 6 years under the title of Nasiruddin. Humayun, who succeeded him, had a brief reign of 45 days only. And then came his brother Mahmud, who ascended the throne in 1394. The governors of Lahore and Jaunpur rose up in rebellion during his reign and proclaimed their independence, but a far greater danger was in store for Mahmud. Taimur Lang, the great Tatar chief and warrior, had already conquered Persia and defeated and made captive Bayezid, an emperor of Turkey. After plundering Georgia, Mesopotamia, and large portion of Russia, Taimur in 1398 led his vast and uncounted hordes against India. Near Delhi, there was fierce fighting between Taimur and the force of Sultan, but Mahmud was defeated and fled towards Gujarat. And now began an orgy of terrible pillage and murder. After satisfying his greed of gold and blood, Taimur appointed one Khizr Khan as governor of Lahore, Multan, and Diwalpur, and returned to his native Samarkand, slaying and pillaging all the way. Meanwhile, in India, the provincial government took advantage of this opportunity to shake off their nominal dependence upon Delhi. Bengal and the Bahmani kingdom in the Deccan had already become free before, and now other provinces followed suit. Mahmud died in 1412, and the Omras raised a man named Daulat Khan Lodi to the throne. But after a brief reign of 1 year, Daulat Khan was made prisoner by Taimur's governor, Khizr Khan. Now, further we'll discuss about the Tughlaq dynasty. Here are the reigns of the Tughlaq dynasty rulers. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, ruled from 1320 to 1325 and founded the dynasty. Muhammad bin Tughlaq ruled from 1325 to 1351. Firoz Khan Tughlaq ruled from 1351 to 1388. Nasir Muhammad Shah ruled from 1394 to 1412 and was the last ruler of the dynasty. The Tughlaq dynasty ruled the Delhi Sultanate from 1320 to 1413. The dynasty was of Turkish Indian heritage and ruled over most of the Indian subcontinent. Now, let us discuss further about some other events during the Tughlaq dynasty. Economic development. The establishment of factories and irrigated canals led to surge in trade and urbanization. Literature. The dynasty supported the growth of Persian, Arabic, and Sanskrit literature. Military campaigns. Muhammad bin Tughlaq led military campaign to expand the dynasty's territory. annexation, the dynasty annexed Mabar, that is Malabar, Tamil Nadu coast, Telangana kingdom, and Kampili, South Karnataka. So far we discussed about Tughlaq dynasty. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.